Okay, so I recorded this while I was outside. The GoPro sound is pretty terrible when it's in the case. You can just hear the camera rattling around in the case, so I'm just going to speak over the footage because I think it's more exciting watching me at the park than me in front of a blank wall. I did bring my little list of stuff to talk about with me at the park. I'm just going to read the same thing out again. Hope you guys are good. That is my 5 weeks on T, so this is doubling as my 1 month slash 5 week video. On Christmas Eve it was my 1 month, so that was pretty cool. Had Christmas lunch at my place with my big extended Croatian family. My partner came, which was super awesome. I've never brought someone to Christmas lunch before, so that was really nice. No one really said anything about the way I look or the way I sound, but when my partner came over after not seeing me for however many days or a week, she said that my face looked a little bit different, possibly a little bit more square. She said that my neck looked a little bit more thick. I don't know if I can tell the difference or if I'm just getting excited, but I think it does look a bit thicker. Just going to talk about the downstairs area for a second, so if you don't want to hear that, just fast forward 30 seconds or so. When my partner saw my genital area, she was like, okay, wow, yep, that's different, that was quick, pretty noticeable, nothing incredible, it's hiding, like you need to pull back to see anything, but it's there nonetheless. And she said she could definitely feel the difference when we were having sex, so that's pretty cool. I still haven't got my period, which is freaking awesome because I had it when I got my first shot, and since then there's been nothing, which has been really, really cool. I'm very happy about that, but there's just been extra like clear discharge, like that other stuff that happens, pretty constant. When my period was due, I did have like cravings, possibly little cramps, but nothing too bad. I've still got pimples here and there, but like I would normally get when I'm getting my period, like not insane acne, just little breakouts, but it's constant. I feel my face is a bit more oily, but I went on a shopping spree and got myself a gajillion different face washes and mud masks and stuff, so I'm just taking care of my skin as best as I can and making sure it's not too dry and not too oily. I think I'm showing my leg hair there and my arm hair, yeah. I don't know if that's changed because I've always been a hairy beast, but my leg hair is possibly more coarse and long. So yeah, nothing too drastic with the hair yet. Same with the snail trail, I think it looks the same. But you know, early days. I'm very excited for the next couple months because like a lot of noticeable things happen around like the 5-6 week mark, and then again 6 weeks later the like 12-week mark, and 12-week mark is going to be around the time of my 21st birthday, so I'm very excited to see how my face has changed and how low my voice gets. I feel like my voice might be a little bit lower. This is just me being relaxed right now, but when I get excited I can still go really, really high pitched and like put on my girly phone voice. It's kind of not like that. Okay, that's a bit weird, but or I can try and sound lower like that, but I think it still sounds weird. But it's obviously low enough that I'm passing because I went to Big W and got some men's underwear, and when I was at the checkout, the lady had to call someone to go do a price check because one of the pairs didn't have a tag, and I always check for the freaking tags, but I must have grabbed the wrong pair. Didn't have the tag, and so I was waiting. It didn't feel like I was waiting that long, but she called someone and it was just taking ages for someone to come, and she was just like talking to me about my plans for New Year's and stuff like that. So she heard my voice, but when the manager came, because it was taking ages for people to come check the price, the checkout lady was like, oh, he's been waiting a long time. He's been waiting ages. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was wearing like my loosest binder and I just wasn't feeling that masculine. That was cool. But like on that note, I'm just at that middle awkward stage where change rooms are just fucking uncomfortable. Like toilets, change rooms, like anything gendered is just so fucking uncomfortable, even more so than usual. Like I can play up one gender or the other, but you know, I don't like being either or, so when I was going into the change rooms, I just felt so awkward. I went to go into the disabled / parents one, but that was occupied, so I just went to the ladies because I felt like my chest was showing heaps because I was wearing like a really loose binder that's more like a crop top sort of thing. And it was my Underworks cotton lined one, which I got in a large because I was borderline the sizes, and they always say to go a size up so you're not squishing yourself, suffocating yourself. But just from day one it's been really loose, so I ordered one in the mail last week. That's going to be a medium cotton lined one, so that'll come in the mail pretty soon because they're super duper fast. It's already in Sydney, so I'll do a review on that binder when it comes. Births, Deaths and Marriages sent out a letter saying that I need to clarify whether I want just a birth certificate or just a change of name certificate or both or whatever, and that my payment bounced, which I'm so fucking pissed off about because I gave them my card details, and then like 3 days later I got a new card, and obviously that first one was deactivated when I activated the new card, and so they obviously didn't process the payment until when my new card was activated and didn't go through. So I read that letter and I ticked all the right boxes and filled in my new card details and freaking sent it off that day, so on Christmas Eve, so hopefully that's action sooner rather than later and I can go sort out all my name stuff. And yeah, I'm just so keen to get my name tag at work and have dibs on everything. I'm so excited about that. Nothing too intense change-wise, haven't really had that many more voice cracks. Kind of, it's more so when I try and go high-pitched that it sounds weird. I'm going to try and get really fit for my 21st birthday, which is in about 8 weeks time, so I'm not going to eat bread, chocolate, cake, too much dairy until then. I normally stay away from dairy, like I have almond, coconut milk or rice milk or whatever, but every now and then yogurt gets super tempting, so I'm not going to eat yogurt, bread, chocolate, like soft drink, even though or juice or whatever. I'm drinking water most of the time anyway, but yeah, I'm just going to try and steer clear from snacking and try not to eat too much fruit, which is hard because my fridge is full of Christmas leftovers and I'm dying. But yeah, I just want to lose some fat around the hips and stomach because all the fat's going to move to my stomach anyway when my body fat redistributes, so I want to slim it down as much as I can now before I have a dad belly. Oh, also, I cried at a sad dog video on Facebook, and then just this morning I cried when I was with my girlfriend just about like the change room anxiety that I had the other day, and my back really killing me from binding all the time. So I can cry. That's a new revelation. Another thing that I wanted to mention is body odor and sweating and stuff. So I have noticed that I sweat sooner than I would usually when I'm working out or at work or stuff like that. My scent has kind of changed a little bit in general, as well as the scent of the contents of my underpants. So I'm showering like twice a day instead of once a day, and putting on really strong antiperspirant and then Lynx or whatever on top of that, and then reapplying when I can. I might get my next shot next week for my 6th week on T. Cool. Hope you have a good new year. Stay safe.